Hello friends, welcome to today's daily devotion. I'm reading to you from the book of Genesis, chapter 50, verses 15 through 21. Hear now these words. When Joseph's brothers saw that their father was dead, they said, "What if Joseph holds a grudge against us and pays us back for all the wrongs we did to him?" So they sent word to Joseph saying, "Your father left these instructions before he died. This is what you are to say to Joseph. I ask you to forgive your brothers the sins and the wrongs they committed in treating you so badly. Now, please forgive the sins of the servants of the God of your father." When their message came to him, Joseph wept. His brothers then came and threw themselves down before him. "We are your slaves," they said. But Joseph said to them, "Don't be afraid. Am I in the place of God? You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good, to accomplish what is now being done, the saving of many lives. So then don't be afraid. I will provide for you and your children." And he reassured them and spoke kindly to them. Now this is the conclusion of the big story arc of Joseph, from being a young man who his brothers were incredibly jealous of and wanted to kill him, to now Joseph being the most powerful man in all of Egypt except for the Pharaoh himself, and Joseph's brothers being afraid that the way they had treated their brother, sending him into slavery, was going to come back now and bite them hard because Daddy was gone. Now, Daddy, of course, was Jacob, also known as Israel, and that's the person for whom the nation of Israel gets its name. But it was through Joseph that the people of Israel wound up in Egypt. And so God made good what Joseph's brothers had started off as bad, and Joseph does something that even today seems incredible. He forgave his brothers. Did you know that forgiveness is perhaps the hardest thing for us to do? It's easy for us to be generous, it's easy for us to be smart, it's easy for us to do all kinds of things, but to actually let go of the feeling and the desire for revenge when somebody does something to harm us, that's very hard. It's so hard, in fact, that God has said, "You must forgive as I have forgiven you." Joseph is an example of what this forgiveness looks like, and unless you've had something worse done to you than what Joseph had done to him, I think he's a pretty good example that if he can forgive, then why can't I? Ponder that deeply today and ask God to help you if you have things that you need to forgive. And I'll see you tomorrow for another daily devotion.